I always loved this view in the morning. It's so still, so peaceful. A pond looks like a reflection. It just looks like a mirror. Well, hello. You are hiking with Jenny on the Appalachian Trail. Today is day 134, and I just left the Little Rock Pond shelter, one of my favorite shelters on the LT. I am hoping to do a big mile day today. Well, I probably am doing a big mile day today. So my goal is to make it to the Governor Clement shelter, which is in 19 point something miles, and it's just before you head up to Mount Killington. On the way there, in 16 and a half miles, there is a farm where you can get snacks and ice cream and a little light resupply. So I am intending to stop there, but I have to get there before they close at 7. So I'm getting an earlier start today in order to hopefully get to do that. I'm leaving now. It's 8 a.m. So I did set my alarm this morning to make sure I got up earlier. I was originally going to get up at 5, and then I just couldn't do it. I was like, no, I need more sleep. So I reset it for 6, and that's when I got up. I'm continuing on the trail that goes alongside the pond. And so the trail's starting out nice and easy and flat, but we are going to be doing a lot of climbing today. We are going to be doing a total of 4,000 feet of ascent over the course of the 19 point something miles. So it is substantial, and it's going to be my biggest mile day in a while. So just going to keep moving, take short breaks, and just try and get there. So reason I want to go that far today is, number one, I'm trying to make tomorrow go easier, because tomorrow I'm going to be hiking into the Inn at the Long Trail, and I would like to, get there at a reasonable time. The other reason I'm going so far today is really shelter spacing, but stealth camping could be an option if I'm not able to make it that far. I think I didn't really record much last night, but I did end up going for a swim, but there was a lot of people by the pond, so I didn't want to film. But the water was like bath water. It was so beautiful. I just swam around for a little while, and then I got out, changed into dry clothes, and I made dinner. So I had mac and cheese with tuna and extra cheese. We had a fire, but we all kind of went to bed early because we were all, some of us were I need to get an early start because going to do big miles tomorrow. And I didn't film anything because I was just wanting to get to bed. It was nice. There was a lot of people at the shelter, which kind of takes away from it because people are loud and everything, but it was still a nice campsite. Far Out says that this is the remains of Aldrichville Mill Village, circa the 1890s. And it looks like we've got some parts, probably from the mill, all rusted. And there's this wall here. Could have been part of a foundation or something, part of the wall of a building. Very cool. And you could hear the water over there, so used to power the mill. This moss-covered forest is so characteristic northern New England. It's like, yep, that's where we are right now. So pretty. I just want to point out that in Far Out, I wish that was not blurry, but it actually says that it was created by magical woodland gnomes. I always got a kick out of that. I just slipped on those rocks and I don't think I'm bleeding. I might have skinned my knee a little bit. Oh, that really hurt. So Asobo just informed me that there is trail magic at a little after the next road crossing, which is in point 7. I was going to stop and take a break, but now I'm just going to power through because he said it's really awesome trail magic. So I am going to just try and get down there as fast as I can and enjoy that. So happy because I was just thinking about how I'm running low on food, and so I'm like trying to ration my snacks and everything. So this will really help. Love the sign. This is really cute. Oh my god, it's a whole big thing. Yes.
Thank you so much.
This is crazy how far this has come. They now make ultralight emergency hiking bricks that you can take yourself to Katahdin. I can't wait for Rifle to see this. Well, so much for not getting distracted by the trail magic. But I am just leaving. I spent an hour and 20 minutes at that trail magic. But I ate so much food. So I don't have to really worry about food for a little while anyway. I think I've only gone about 6 miles out of this 19-mile day. And I have 6 hours until 7 o'clock when that place closes. Is it still possible if I make it there? I think so. But it'll be close. So we'll see. But even if I don't make it there, at least I got all that trail magic, so I don't have to worry as much about food. So that trail magic was put on by Spineless Cougar, who sends Ramdino information about pack weight and start dates and stuff like that. So that was cool meeting him. I don't think he sets up there every day because he was saying how he wasn't going to be there tomorrow. So I was lucky I ran into them. It is hot. It's up to 82 degrees now. I guess it warmed up while I was sitting at the trail magic. I don't really feel it. Especially now with the climbing. And the big bummer is it's not going to be a pond to jump into at the end of the day today, like there has been previously. There is the Clarendon Gorge, though, which I think you could swim in. And that's on the way, but we'll see what I'm doing for time and everything. I forgot to say that they had solar panels set up in the parking lot, and it was like powering everything. They had a portable battery where you could charge your phone, and I charged my phone and my camera up to full pretty much. So that was really nice. While I was at the trail magic, I also weighed my pack because they had a scale there, and it is 20.5 pounds with a little bit of food and water. So I have, I think, 1.5 days worth of food left in my pack and a little over a liter of water. So, doing pretty good. This is the airport lookout. I'm in Clarendon Gorge. Water is beautiful. It feels so good after hiking in the heat. That was so refreshing. So the farmstead is in 4.1. It's possible I can make it. It's 449. But I remember this next section being kind of tough. So questionable. That's where I was swimming. So nice. This is a really sketchy bridge. I remembered it not being such a big deal on my long trail through hike, but it's actually maybe a little scarier now. Temperature is currently 84 degrees and it feels it. As soon as I got out of that water, it's like I just feel the moisture just immediately start evaporating out of my clothes. This does not really look like a trail, but I'm trying to make my best guess as to which way it goes, because it's not marked except for that one lone blaze over there. So I know it goes, oh, here it is. But what the heck? I could use a blaze. This is very steep. Very rocky. This is a very steep hill. You can't see it, but I'm hunched over and I'm touching the ground. It is very steep. Man. I am definitely not making it to that farmstead. There's just no way. Not with these climbs. Oh. So here's an idea I had. So I was bummed that I was going to miss out on the farmstead. But they do open at 7 in the morning. So here's what I'm thinking. I still have 2 miles till that farmstead. But what I'm thinking about doing is there's a water source a little bit before that, and I think I'm going to try stealth camping there so I can hit the farmstead in the morning. That way it'll help to fuel the climb up Killington, and it doesn't really set me that far behind. It'll make tomorrow a 16-mile day, which isn't terrible. I mean, I've done it. Probably doing something similar to that today, and it'll be similar elevation, I believe, over the course of the day. The real big climb is Killington, and beyond that, there's not really a lot of ups and downs tomorrow. It's just getting up and over that. So I think I can definitely manage that and still get to the inn at a reasonable time. So I think I'm going to try for that. I think having that extra fuel in the morning is going to help tomorrow go easier. And I won't have to push it until dark tonight. I'm going to get to camp. It's going to be, instead of getting to camp when it's like after sunset, I'll be getting to camp at 7, which is a comfortable time for me. It'll give me time to set up and make dinner before it gets dark. So I think all around, that's the best decision for me. It does mean I will be camping alone tonight, but that doesn't really bother me. And I'll probably see people again in at the long trail if other people are staying there. So yeah, I think this will be good as long as I can find a good hammock spot. I'm thinking somewhere near the stream. It sounded like there could be something, and then I'll be right near the water source, which would be good. I was thinking about, you know, my LT through hike compared to now, and how I had camped at the Clarendon shelter before I went to Little Rock Pond, and it was a 13-mile day. And I think I did pretty well that day. I think I definitely was tired. I remember, so I had dinner right before I got there, so I got there late enough that I needed to eat dinner before I got there. And so I think I've definitely gotten faster since those days. But I think the biggest growth in me has been my stamina, because I mean, back then I was probably starting at similar times hiking, but by like 5:30 I was just done. You know, I wanted to be at camp, and I'd be pretty tired at that point. And nowadays 5:30 just seems too early to stop, and I'm usually still going pretty good at that time. But now that it's 6:30, I think I'm kind of ready for camp. But I pushed farther miles than I did back then. You know, today's probably going to be a 16 compared to 13 back then. And I think it was actually harder going northbound. Whoo! Lots of climbing. Lots of climbing. But doing pretty good. I think I am almost at that spot that I had in mind. It's kind of at a brook, and it sounded like it might have low flow, but that there would be spots to put up a tent and hopefully a hammock as well. We will see.
So I haven't showed this yet, but I've been buying these Cabot microwavable mac and cheese for my dinners, and I actually really like them better than the Kraft. And I add in some dehydrated spinach, leeks, extra cheese, olive oil, and tuna to it to really boost up the calories, because it's not really that much on its own. But I've been really happy with it. I mean, it's almost as good as some of the backpacking meals that I've been missing, but yeah, it does the job. And it's pretty filling with all the stuff added.